photo videos. This is Tribe 3 Production, what you're watching right now. What we have over here is the artwork of VONNART. So yeah, so he does a lot of like nice artwork in here. Probably you guys want to check it out. So yeah, my question is what kind of artwork are you trying to show out there? Like what media do you use the way you do your stuff?
Yeah, so I do all traditional pencil medium, and I definitely am into like decadent fantasy. I'm very inspired by like masters of yesteryear, so like the Amano of Final Fantasy, and especially the turn of the 19th century artists. Like I just love decadence and kind of maximalism. So I try to incorporate that with dark fantasy, and then this is what comes out. Yeah.
Oh wow! So I'm just curious. Is it the way when I look at your artwork? It's like it has that charcoal feel media that you use in there. Is that the media that you typically use?
Yeah. So it's all pencil. So it's all like traditional pencil and mostly 2H. So people would be surprised that all my drawings are really light for like like 80% of the drawing, and then the last like 20% is when I pull out the darker pencils to really punch the values. But yeah, it's all pencil.
Yeah, and I also noticed that you have like this little nice golden accent, and it's so cool because it makes it so unique. And I'm just curious, is that like, what'd you come up with that?
You know, this was a happy accident. So I've been doing cons for 9 years, and the first few years, people thought pencil drawings were like not a finished product. So people would come up to the booth and be, when are you gonna color it? When are you gonna finish these? So as a way to validate it, I added gold accents, and people started seeing it as a finished product. And over the years, my love for gold has only grown, even though like the stigma of pencil has gone down. It's like, yes, it is a finished illustration. So gold was kind of an accident, and now I'm just running with it, obviously.
Yeah, no, I see the accent. It looks really cool. I mean, come on, look at the booth right now. It looks really amazing. So most likely, I'm thinking you're probably the person that came up with this idea, or maybe someone special with you that gave you this idea? Or?
Yeah, it was, okay, my art hero, his name's Alan Williams. He specializes in like pencil, and he is one of those older masters who, his entire booth was pencil. And before that, when I met him, I was doing all digital, all color, and a lot of fan art at the time. And when I met him, it like blew my mind. I was like, oh, I can just have a whole pencil booth. So from that point forward, I like changed my booth setup, and I've just been kind of running with it ever since. So.
Wow, that is awesome. Yeah, it's just like when we walk by here, the first thing that we notice is like, oh my God, the gold booth. It's like, well, not too much, but no, it's like, it's awesome. It's just like, it just pops out, you know? So it makes it very unique. I also noticed that on your artwork, there's like a soft touch into your artwork. Like if I look at the fantasy or something like this, like a monster, just like a little soft touch in your shading and stuff like that, it feels like there's like a little bit more than the ragged edges. So, and I'm thinking, is that the part with the feminine side of the artwork that you're putting in?
A lot of people describe my stuff as like strong but delicate. So, and I think I've always played with like, obviously being a gay guy, I think I've had the stigma, especially when I was younger. I would get bullied a lot when I started doing art because it was like, oh, you'd only draw pretty boys. But I decided to kind of run with it and like not stop doing that. And I think the way that I see how I draw comes out in my technical ability too. So I'm not doing like hard, aggressive strokes. It's all like soft, delicate shading, and I think it accents and balances the actual subject matter. So that's how I kind of approach the way I work art, where it's not only the subject matter is like strong but delicate, but the way that I draw it is strong and delicate.
There you go. Now, there's a lot of things you guys have to learn. You don't have to always be inside that bubble that, oh, I gotta do hard artwork. If I want action, I have to make it really jagged. But something like this just creates beautiful art. I mean, in your merch over here, what is your product that you like to put out there, especially in the future cons?
Yeah, so like as much as I love my prints and I love pins and stuff, it's really my card deck. So I made this card deck at the beginning of the pandemic because all the cons started canceling. So I needed something that like I could put all my time and effort into. So yes, my playing cards would probably be my #1 product, and it's funny that once again, a happy accident. I didn't think card decks were gonna be like my best-selling thing, but here we are, and now I'm like working on a tarot deck and another card deck because I'm learning there is definitely a card deck community. And I think that's a lot of trial and error with doing conventions and doing art. Is like you kind of stumble upon what works that you would have no idea otherwise.
That's true. Like you said, you don't want to come out blindly in this thing. You have to kind of plan it and have the feel for it, and then how the public responds to your artwork. So. if anything, do you have any other social media that you'd like to share to the public, like Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube channel that you'd like to share with everyone out
I
there?
just got into YouTube pretty heavily recently, so it's the same username, VONNART, and then pretty much every social there is nowadays, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you know, all those. So yeah, it's all under VONNART, and yeah, I'm hoping to do more tutorial stuff on YouTube, and I'm doing a lot of like how to also be a successful artist, not just on the technical side, but how to make money. Because I think a lot of younger artists, while yes, they're trying to learn how to actually draw, they want to know how can I make this a financially stable income for me to, you know, live on. Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, with your artwork that you put in on the socials, which we'll have it in the description below, just curious. I know you sell these as prints, but where's the original artwork? Where can we find that?
Yes. So it's funny how certain cons I bring the original art and certain ones I don't, and you can see which cons they work better at. But now I do pretty much all online, or whenever I do a Kickstarter, it's really nice where every day you can release another new original, and it's a way to re-promote the Kickstarter without it feeling like, you know, you're just pushing it every day and like advertising it, because a lot of people don't like to see that on a daily basis. But if it's like, oh, here's a new original, it's like you're adding value to the Kickstarter on a daily basis.
Oh, wow. Well, there you have it, guys. This is VONNART, a very talented artist. And you guys will probably definitely see him in a lot more cons. So you have to stay tuned. And this is Tribe 3 Production. We're signing out. Later.